The strongest dojutsu in the Boruto anime. What are they and who possesses them? We will also discuss the most powerful techniques that have been shown to us in the manga. Enjoy watching. Many of you have not watched the Boruto anime and even less have read the manga, so you have no idea that new eyes with unique abilities have appeared. Let's start with one of the strongest dojutsu, and that is Kokugan. The first ability allows the user to shrink non-living objects, that is, anything inanimate, mountains, weapons, buildings, and so on. The second ability allows the user to enlarge everything that has been shrunk at incredible speed. The third ability affects the size of the user themselves, enabling them to shrink their own body and then return to their original form. This technique is called Sukunahikona. Additionally, there is Daikokuten, which allows the user to transfer everything into a dimension where time does not exist, and where all the objects shrunk with Sukunahikona are stored. Naruto and Hinata are also currently in this dimension, unconscious. Thanks to this power, enormous cubes and pins can be summoned, capable of restraining even the Ten Tails itself. This eye also allows the user to see the remaining time of their own life, appearing as a chakra flame that envelops you. Before we were given the official name of this eye, fans called it Dramagan, as the shape of Kokugan resembles the Dharma wheel, linking it to a recurring Buddhist motif. Additionally, when using its technique, the eye's shape changes, and several triangles within it disappear. This may indicate that the power we saw in the anime and manga is incomplete, as Ishiki was unable to use it to its full potential due to being reincarnated in a defective vessel. Kawaki too is unable to manifest its full power because Amato sealed all his abilities in favor of durability, but that is only for now. The known users of this eye are Ishiki and Kawaki. However, the one from whom the genes, along with Kokugan, were taken is Shibai Otsutsuki, who possesses all the dojutsu that were shown to us through the cyborgs. The next dojutsu is called Senrigan. The name literally translates to clairvoyance. When reading the kanji, it means eye of 1,000 ri. 1,000 ri is approximately 1,000 miles, which figuratively refers to any vast distance. Thus, it can also mean far-seeing eye. This name reveals the essence of its ability, as it allows its user to project their consciousness in any direction, no matter how far the target is. Even if the event happened in the past, the user can observe any person from the moment of his birth. In other words, if you are 16 years old, you can look 16 years into the past and follow every living person in this world. You can project your consciousness to any person, be near them, hear and see everything happening there. This eye belongs to Ida, and she gained this power thanks to the genes of the same Shibai. However, we do not yet know if this is the only ability of these eyes, because Ada can also use omnipotence, which takes the form of the same eye. This suggests that omnipotence is one of the abilities of Senrigan. Omnipotence can rewrite the perception of all people simultaneously, and that is just what we have seen so far, as Ida used this power to rewrite the world in such a way that everyone believed Boruto was a boy who had been rescued from the Kara organization. To the entire world, the protagonist became what Kawaki was, while Kawaki himself was now recognized as the true son of Naruto Uzumaki. If someone begins to doubt that Kawaki is Naruto's son, omnipotence alters their memory. Even solid evidence, such as photographs where Boruto is clearly depicted and Kawaki is absent, seems insignificant. But that's not all. Omnipotence has been used once before. The first time, Ada wished for everyone to love her and be unable to harm her, which is why no one can resist the beauty of this girl. Everyone who sees her falls in love with her. This means that omnipotence can do anything, and according to Momoshiki, this power was used in the creation of the world itself. Therefore, we still do not fully understand the extent of Senrigan's capabilities. I would also like to mention Demon's Eyes. He is Ada's younger brother and also possesses Senrigan. We were never told that his eyes were connected to dojutsu, but he has a unique pattern in them, resembling a barrier into which something collides. If we recall the abilities of this character, only one conclusion comes to mind. His reflection technique is also linked to his eyes. According to the information we have, anything intended to harm Demon will be reflected back at the attacker. This even includes thoughts. If someone merely thinks about hitting him, they will receive a physical strike instead. However, it was stated that for this ability to activate, Demon must touch his opponent, and only then does reflection begin to work. But in the latest episode of the Boruto anime, where Kawaki fought against Code, the latter, in order to avoid taking damage from an attack, pulled the boy through the scratch on his forehead, and the attack was reflected onto Kawaki. Although it was not even directed at Demon, Ishiki's vessel had no intention of harming him. He wanted to kill Code. Demon, in turn, did not make physical contact with Kawaki, yet the damage was still reflected onto to him. This led me to speculate that not only does physical contact work, but visual contact might also trigger the ability. If Ada's brother sees an attack, it will be reflected. However, the girl stated that only physical touch is necessary. Still, I think many understood the fact that Ida was lying to Code about her and her brother's abilities because she did not trust him. Also, Daimon is a very fast and physically strong character, considering that he is much younger than Boruto. This might be due to the fact that he is capable of reflecting even the air, which allows him to accelerate his movements. In any case, we still have yet to learn about his true abilities, but I think his eyes are connected to his reflection. If we are talking about cyborgs, then we cannot fail to mention Kashin Koji, who is a clone of the legendary Jiraiya, and thanks to Shibai's genes, he has inherited one of the most powerful techniques of the Otsutsuki, the ability to see the future. With this power, he knows about all events that have happened or could happen. It is precisely thanks to Koji that Boruto has become much stronger. During the battle with Ishiki, Kashin had a vision of all possible futures, and in one of them, he saw Boruto training and the level of power he attained. He also saw the evolution of the Ten Tails. This means that he must have also seen other events, such as the destruction of Konoha and the return of Kawaki's power, but he has not revealed anything about it yet. Personally, I believe that this technique is the most dangerous of all in this universe, as it allows him to know the outcome of any battle and any event, even those that have not yet occurred. And of course, if we are talking about power, we cannot ignore the main protagonist. After the time skip, Boruto has become incredibly strong, and only 3 years have passed. If we recall Naruto's training with Jiraiya and the level of power he gained upon his return to Konoha, we can only laugh, because Boruto is many times stronger than his father after his 3-year journey. And perhaps one of his most powerful techniques shown so far is his new rasengan, Vortex Prince, which utilizes the planet's rotation. For Boruto to use this technique, he cannot lift his feet off the ground, which makes sense as he is harnessing the planet's rotation. His body is enveloped in wind, which can completely tear his target into pieces. Alternatively, there is a weaker version of this technique that permanently throws the opponent off balance, preventing them from ever maintaining equilibrium again, unless the planet stops rotating or Boruto himself removes the effect. However, this is not the only technique of the main character, but I consider it to be the strongest. Even so, nothing compares to the ability to create life. And now, we are talking about the Thorned Soul. This is the power of the evolved Ten Tails, which allows it to drain chakra and genes from people and create a thorned soul that becomes the core of new life. Thanks to this, the tree creates a new personality, which is referred to as a Shinju clone. Each of these clones possesses the techniques of the individual from whom the thorned soul was created. Additionally, every one of them has the Rinnegan and vast reserves of chakra. On top of that, each of them possesses Shibai Otsutsuki's technique, spatial fabric, which they are all clad in. This fabric can be used for teleportation to any place where the fabric exists. Moreover, if one of the Shinju clones absorbs Kawaki or Boruto, a divine tree will emerge and begin absorbing chakra from everyone to create a divine fruit. These are currently the strongest dojutsu and techniques in Boruto, excluding the less powerful abilities and characters who may become much stronger in the future. For example, Sarada with her Mangekyo Sharingan. Unfortunately, as of chapter 99, we still do not know what abilities these eyes possess. The only thing we do know is that visually they resemble the sun. Whether their appearance will affect Sarada's abilities, we do not yet know, but we hope that in the upcoming chapters we will see at least something from the power of Sarada's Mangekyo. We can also mention Himawari and Kurama's power, which, according to hints from the author, will make her one of the strongest characters. And of course, I would like to remind you that there exists a character who possesses all techniques besides Uzuhika, and that is Shibai. He essentially wielded the Kokugan, Byakugan, Senrigan, Rinnegan, and many other dojutsu that we have not even been told about yet. So, if we are talking about the most powerful being, for now, it is Shibai Otsutsuki. However, he is one of those who achieved this level of power, meaning that there were other monsters with similar strength. But all of this is something to look forward to in the future. For now, this is all the most interesting information, in my opinion. So, I'll be waiting for you in the comments, where you can share your thoughts and tell me which techniques you consider to be the strongest. I'd appreciate it if you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Best of luck to everyone.